Hello and welcome to Clan MacGyver DDO. This is a little bit different episode than you're normally used to. I'm thinking I want to play a draft deck I drafted a few days ago and try to get some more gold in my account. But sometimes I like to play Magic the Gathering on Arena here, and this draft deck is one I did a few days ago. I've currently got up to this point. I think I don't know if that's 4 wins already and 1 loss, but I'm trying to get to the end and figured it would be interesting to make a video about that. This is just another game that I'm not good at. But I have fun playing games, and so I'm gonna give it a go and see if I can find an opponent. And we'll play some Magic. So we're playing against the Wizard of Oz. And I've got the cards I love to have in my hand, and I go first, so I will keep this hand. So this card makes it so, if you're not familiar with Magic, it makes it so their deck cover is really cool. It makes it so their creatures come in tapped. And I gain life every time a creature enters the battlefield. It's a pretty tough card to play on. Alright, so that was a good draw. I want to continue playing out my creatures. They're playing the same colors I am. So we will pass. And so Campus Guide allows me to search up a land. So I think I'm going to play that. And take action, because I got a bunch of stuff to do. I think I want to get another swamp. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with, like, that card's gonna keep coming back, so. So I'm gonna draw land next turn, because that's on top of my deck, so we already knew that. And so I think what I'm gonna play next is this, because if it draws out some removal, then I guess so be it. So Dazzling Angel, basically. Alright, so they've got Hungry Ghouls. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and play out this panda. And so my bear's gonna keep growing, and then I'll attack, go in for some damage, and maybe they kill me, maybe they don't. I don't know. But I've got things to take care of creatures that are large. I don't have anything to take care of little creatures. But I would like to... Yeah, I think what they want to do is sack that, and then... So I'm not going to block. That would be dumb. And I'll just take the 2 damage. And then I'll play out Elinda. So they wanted to get that in as well. So that'll be okay to deal with, because as long as my life total stays high, Oh, so I'm just gonna hold the ground for a little bit. Actually, maybe I'll just go ahead and attack. Because I don't know that they have good blocks. And they can keep bringing that skeleton back, but... Okay, so they just wanted to save the damage and then they can play out another thing, but the problem is every time they play a card, my panda just keeps getting big. Like, I think... I'm not sure, they probably... I don't know if I block with Elenda or not. I think they want to just keep growing the thing. But I mean, I'll block, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so they want to keep sacking that and grow it. Yep. I mean, that'll be cute. And now I gained a ton more life. Oh. So we got the win. Yep. Yeah, it's a pretty tough deck to play against, so that was a good draw on my part. And so once you get up to a certain amount of life, Elenda can, that one card turned to be a 10-10, and there was just nothing they could do about it. So, alright, so I'll try to get another game in. Like, the deck was fun to draft. It was probably my most luckiest draft. I just was able to identify the cards that were open, and Elenda came around and I saw it and I'm like, okay, well, I already had made a black pick. Even though I'm trying to play some other colors, I keep ending up in black white or black blue type archetypes, and here I am again in a black-white archetype, but I mean, all the cards were coming. I had to pick the cards that were the best, and those were the best cards that were coming, so. Play another game here. That was a pretty quick one. I don't know if they were just having trouble drawing. I mean, their combo is really good. Oh, but the problem is every time they played that skeleton out, it kept gaining me life, and then Elenda got it to be a 10-10. Yeah, okay. I get what happens, and that's why she didn't die at the end there, because it actually outgrew once I hit the threshold of 30 life. I think that's where Elenda yeah, that was interesting. She's definitely an interesting character, and Elenda. I mean, I like I said, I don't play tons of Magic. In fact, I just came back to it recently, but back in that time, I think Elenda was just a flying creature or something like that in one of the sets I played long ago. So I don't know if I'll get an opponent here or if I should cancel and try again. Let's give it a cancel and then we'll try to get matched again. Is this Mario? Well, we got our starters. I could use more land. But I'll keep it. I mean, it's got the card I need to. Yep. They're lucky they played first. I mean, that's for sure. Because they're an aggro deck, so this really puts them off their game. But I could easily give up the ghost pretty quick on in this. Okay, I'm gonna have to use the campus guide to, like, they're gonna probably, I don't know what they'll do, but I'm gonna use its ability to draw land. So I want to take action, and I want to get, I'll just get a plains because I have a black mana, but I think I have like they could easily sack that little guy and kill my 2/1. It's not very good against them, but I'd also be happy to trade for it. It did its job. But I can also block that little guy too, so they could use it to in a couple of different ways to eke through some damage. Or like I'll attack and see if they block, and then I'll play out the Blood Thief. Like, I've got mana open so they don't know what I'm up to, but they could just sack it and then... Yep, that's fine. I don't need to wreck them. Okay, so they block the damage. And next. And then I'll just play this out. Because if they attack, I'm not going to trade for it, but if they attack, then I'll just go in the next turn. But I'd like to draw more land. The vampire I have allows me, even if something dies, I can also bring it back. So I think what I want to do is stab that little guy because I didn't draw a land, but I want to play my mana out, so they might be able to save it, but that's fine. Just puts it on top. Okay, so, and I'll be able to get that back if I draw more land because I have a Zombify. And then I also have a, so I got the other land I wanted. So I'll be able to play another creature. And then I'll start to be able to get value off that, so. And they're probably holding removal for my bigger threats, so this Zombify, I'm going to keep holding on to it because that reassembling skeleton we played in the last game too, so as long as they don't have anything that exiles. So now I'll be able to either Zombify that or use the Soul Caller to bring it back, so. Alright, so this time I go in, I'll attack. I mean, they're just going to block with the reassembling, so I'm going to go no attacks. Then I'm going to do this, play this out, and then I will return the that card to my hand so I can play it back. So I now have an evasive, so they've used their removal on it. And there's no reason to block. I'm not gonna, like, they just want to use their mana to get that back. So I gain life, surveil. Oh, I don't get to surveil because I don't have an angel out. Alright, so I will happily attack into the thing now. And I'll play the Seraph back out. Oh, okay. That's fine, so we'll start doing 6 damage a turn. And maybe our flyers will draw out more removal, maybe they won't. Like, I'm not gonna block that, although I could. Alright, so we've got this, and now I'm just gonna go in with the flyers. I'll block on next turn, I guess. But then, what do I do? I could bring back the thing, or I can just play Elenda out. And now I'll trade the campus guide for the Gutless Plunderer. Or the Asgard Cavalry. Or Axgard Cavalry. So now I get to look at the top of my deck, and I don't really want the lands anymore. So this will start to fix my draws. And now I've got removal spells. So we just go next, and I'll just go in with the flyers. There's no reason to and then I'll just I think I'll kill off this Hungry Ghoul and let that thing sack it, maybe. Like that way they got less attackers, and then I'll end the turn. So there we go. Alright, so this deck is pretty busted, I think. No, I'm just kidding. It's been super lucky for me to have the right draws. I mean, if you get that thing in your hand at the start of the game, it's very powerful. So let's give it another run. You're already into some prizes and stuff, I believe, so every win you get a little bit more in the prize. If you're new to this, if you know this, you've probably know way more than I do. Again, I am not what you would call even remotely interested in being super good at this game, but I do find it fun to draft cards and try to win games. In fact, one of my first attempts at YouTube was to be a Magic the Gathering limited content maker, although I guess nobody really wants to watch people that are not super good at something do stuff. So I'm playing against a gold player now. This could be a real problem. And I'm wondering if I should mulligan. Opponent goes first, so I don't know, man. This is going to be sketchy. At least I got to play, so if they play something, yeah, I'm already... so maybe I can just stab whatever they play out if I don't like it. Not doing that this time around. Alright, so we can play a Campus Guide and fix our mana, so that was a good draw. Take action, and we'll just get a Plains and put that on top. And then we'll get our Authority of the Consuls down. So I have answers for that. So I think what I want to do is just slow down there and leave up stab. No attacks. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to attack into a big creature like that. I think this at least will slow their game down a little bit. Then I'll be able to play a Seraph, and hopefully this creature has reach though, so I can't really attack in, but I could kind of bank on the fact that... Alright, so that is worth stabbing. Yep. And in response to that, I'm going to stab that. Okay, so they've got a grappling kraken. That's very large. So that'll be something to deal with. And they may attack in. Yeah, I'm not blocking that, but if they attack, that means, alright. So, I think I want to play the Seraph first. And then just no attacks, because then I can kind of hold up. So they need another blue mana, which they don't have at the moment. So this is going to be a little bit... So if they want to keep attacking in, that's probably okay. Or I could trade the Seraph with it, now I have a Zombify. So we'll just see how that goes. So they're trying to draw into their other blue mana, I'm assuming. They should play these campus guides, because, like, it's not the greatest creature in the game, but it feels like it's just another land that you can play. Yeah, so this comes back to the battlefield. So it's like I can use my angel as a removal spell. And you know, and they can, yeah, they don't even want to block it anyway. So I think I'll play out the Elenda then, because either way I can, if something dies, I can always resurrect it back. So, and whenever they play something, my life total has to get up over the thing for Elenda to really start doing her thing. And if it draws removal out, she's immune to instants. And I want to start throwing lands into the trash, because now I want to start drawing action, because that's going to be a real problem. So I'm going to go ahead and attack, and if I take out that 4/3, that's fine. Like, the reason I'm attacking with full mana is to make them think twice about it, or whatever. They've got a really good card. So what does this card do? During each of your turns, you may play a land and cast permanent spell of each type from your graveyard. So they got nothing in the graveyard yet, although they do have the Strix, so I guess there's that. And what's Spinner of Souls do? Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you may reveal a card from the top of your library. Until you reveal a creature card, put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom. So they don't want to get rid of it. But I'd definitely like to draw more action. I don't know if I can win this game against the Muldrotha. I don't know if they want to attack in. Like, I can gain 4 life by... Like, they've got a full grip of mana too. So the question is do I double block, get extra life, and then resurrect? Is this sorcery speed? So maybe I go ahead. I don't want to take the damage, so maybe I just go this way. And they'll get a 2-for-1, but I'll gain a bunch of life. Okay, so they wanted to go that route, but they spent that card on that, which is interesting use of that card. So I gained life, I get to surveil, and I will take that card. Yep. And so I think what I want to do is zombify Elendra, and then she'll be a 5/5. I'll play out a swamp, and then I probably could have sequenced that better. So now, I mean, I still got a card in hand. It's a flyer, so if I get that one off the board, then at least, I guess, there's that. Yep, that's fine, because I got another resurrection card I can draw into, and then I'll just play an angel. I mean, they're definitely doing better than I am. But I'll have to take the hit, I guess, and then I will lose. But if I take the hit, then... But I'm top decking, which isn't a fun spot to be in. And, you know, them attacking in... Like, do I double block? Like, they got 4 mana available. So, depending on what they do... Like, actually, they got 5 mana available. Like, and I gotta wonder, is Muldrotha their biggest threat? Because they can't really use instant speed removal on Elenda. They have to do something drastic. Alrighty, so I guess, I mean, I can get a free attack in with the Dazzling Angel, and I mean, hopefully that goes. And then when the Marauder enters the battlefield, then I'll get a trigger. And then we'll play this, because this causes life gain anyway. Yeah, Elenda's gonna get bigger, so depending on what they attack with now, it's like... Yeah, they're trying to go wide now, because they do have a grip of cards, and... So I want to gain that life back. Like they've got the spinner available now, so kind of shuts my attacks down. Now I'll have a campus guide to play next, but they're gonna want to start doing stuff, so. Like, I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to do. So I take 4. Are they trying to get me to block with Elenda, maybe? I mean, I'll block there. And then if they... Elenda's about to be huge. If I can get up to 10 life. Oh, okay, so they just wanted to... Ah, okay. Yep, that's a little unfortunate, but I've got ways to get her back, so... Like, both their reach creatures, so I can get in for... that. And then I can play a Seraph. Throw that in the graveyard. And then I'll play this to gain more life. Decline. So now it's just a matter of, can I draw into my resurrection card? Like, every card they play kind of, I guess no. I think I want better. It's greedy, but like, I guess I could have, if I just would have taken that, I could have got life gain triggers. Like, I'm fine taking that damage. Yeah, I know they want to get the Blight Priest out of there. And it's all really tricky. Sure, I mean that was bound to happen. But now it lets a flyer in. And that's okay, because... Oh, I thought they sacked a... Oh, they sacked a skeleton. I could have swore they sacked something else. Oh, that's a cute loop. Alright, well that's a problem. Alright, so we got another one anyway. So yeah, it's really, I don't have good attacks, that's the problem. Those stupid spiders are really making things complicated. I mean, maybe that allows me to attack in. Like, what does this card do? That returns, that returns. This one, sacrifice another creature to put a +1 counter on it. I mean, I think... Like, I think they're up to something, so they got a 5 and a 3. Like, they may have another Tragic Banshee. Like, and they just want to get 8 damage in. Like, I guess I can chump that, and then just, like, I don't know. If they have a Banshee, they got a Banshee. That's fine. I mean, because they want to attack him with all their other stuff, I suppose. Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, that's interesting. Resolve, I guess? Fair enough. Like, I don't need a basic land card. I'm just putting that on the... I'll decline the action. I don't need that. So this Kraken is nasty. I really got no good attacks, so I guess we'll just have to wait it out. And I can also use that fake your own death on a block and hopefully take out something. Like, what's this card do? And then I get a treasure token as well. Like, I guess I'm willing to trade some cards for what they've got going on. Like, they got 5, 10, 16, 17. They've got a lot of attackers, and tapping down the Seraph was not helpful. Yep, and that always adds some... Oh, sorry, resolve. Oh, yes, please. Oh, is it my turn? End turn. Oh, man. Yes. Yep, resolve. Yeah, that's a little annoying too, but now the Banishing Light can change some things. Like, I can get rid of their big giant thing. Oh, that's a big one. And now I get to just keep drawing into my removal because I didn't have removal until now. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff they can attack with, which is really a pain. Like, it's just a matter of time before I know I have removal in this deck. How many cards do we each have left? They have 12. I have 14. This game's definitely a long one. I mean, I don't feel like I'm winning. Yes. It's another card I can draw. And then I get to... so if... oh, sure. Thanks. Yep. Okay, well that's gonna be a complicated resolve. Oh, that is nasty. Nice. That's pretty awesome. Nice. Pass. That's 4, 7, 12, 17, 18, 19, 20. They've got exactsies. Yeah, so it's pass. I go here, block, cast, fake my own death, and hopefully, I don't think. Yeah, yeah. Good game. Yeah, their deck was quite amazing. And they were a very patient person. Alright, so I got one more game to play. Or actually 2 more because I lost a game, so we'll try it again. Take a sip of water here. Alright, well I'm getting up in the big leagues. These people are the good players, and well, I don't have my amazing cards, but I do have cards to play, so I'll keep it. I'll play a blackout just in case they have something I want to stab right away. Same thing. It'd be nice if I had a everybody's playing the Hungry Ghoul deck. Yeah, I think I'll just stab it. Like, just to have something to do with my mana while I, Alright. So we'll have to play Fair Magic this time around. I don't have my Authority of the Consuls, and I don't know that that card is that great later on. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Well, that is, so I want to keep my removal. I can get my Seraph back. So I think I just chuck them like that. I mean, that's a real bummer. Does this bring it back to the battlefield? Yeah. Thanks. Alright. That was a really painful card, that's for sure. Like, this could be another fast W, or a fast L. Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Like, does this... Yeah, I guess we just do that and then get in there and crack, and I think we need to... Their deck is too good and we're gonna have to close the door on this game quickly. 'Cause they got Graveyard Hate, they got everything. Alright, they're gonna take my Panda. Well, I think they're gonna... Oh no. Well, I think we're gonna have to put this down, and then we're just gonna have to let our 2-drop take, or 3-drop take us all the way. Like that was a... Yeah, that's a nasty deck they got there. Like, I'll play the land out, cause whatever, I mean... Like, I've got my own stuff that I can get rid of the Banishing Light, but... Yeah, fair enough. Yep. I mean, if we're racing, we're racing, but... Like, I don't ever have to cast another spell as long as they don't have my Angel. They exiled my... Yep, so... Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit of a pain. Like, I hope they attack all out. I mean, because I don't need to really... Yeah, I mean, I'll trade. I got more stuff to return these things from the graveyard. Yeah, that one has Vigilance, so now they gotta cool their jets a little bit. I'm just gonna go in and I'll hold the ground with the Linda. Yeah, I mean... I'll just keep holding the ground. I only got one more turn to go, and then it doesn't really matter. I don't have to play anything else out. Yeah, I mean, I think I just kill off there. We bump uglies and then... So I'll pay the 5 life and then kill them with this trigger. That was a pretty sweet game. Holy cow. Yeah, definitely, they had a good deck too. So claim, that was today's reward. Claim that, and then, play one more to go here. Oh, we win. Claim. Nice. So we got a lot of goodies there. So let's go crack packs And so we got some minutes left. So let's see, if I were to draft, what would I draft? So as this artifact enters, choose a color creature you control. Well, let's flip our rare over. Slag Storm. That seems like a good pick. So you can use it either to wipe a bunch of low power creatures off the board, or 3 damage to the player, burn their face. Whenever you draw your second card each turn. This sounds tough to play, I think. I don't know, I guess you'd have to build around it a little bit. When this creature enters, exile up to 2 cards from a single graveyard if at least one creature card was exiled this way. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Now, I think our opponent played this on us, and that was a little rough. I'm not going to base it. I mean, it seems like a good card, but I guess if I were to pick pack one, pick one, then Slagstorm would be it. I don't think I would pick the Heraldic Banner first because, like, it's a colorless card, but it doesn't really do a whole lot. You have to draw it to get the ability off of it. Where this is, like, if you got it in your hand, you can use it for something. So that would be my reasoning behind that. Although Refute is kind of... yeah, I still think I would want the removal spell. So, alright. Let's open one more pack. So... Authority of the Consoles. Would I pick this first? Well, I may have picked it first in this last draft because I knew what a busted card it is in Limited, because you saw what it did to that one opponent. I mean, we eventually lost, but man, oh man, did it... like, it definitely creates a quandary. The Empyrean Eagle... I mean, it's okay. It's 2 colors, so I wouldn't first pick it because we wouldn't know. I'd rather pick the single colored card. A Big Fin Bouncer is pretty decent. But I think I would just pack one, pick one. Would be this one, or the Sunblast Healer might be a second. So if you cast it with Kicker, return a target non-land permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So yeah, I think this is a pretty decent pick too. Boy, it could be either one of these, I think. Yeah, so I don't know, it'd be up between these two, I guess, if I were to go in a pinch, because if you go up against anything, these 1 toughness creatures can be taken out by something, but being able to use this as a resurrection spell later, it's just for a little card though, so it's a permanent mana value 2 or less. So yeah, I don't know, I think Authority of the Consoles. That's my final answer. But this pack had a lot of good stuff in it. Alright, so Quick Draw Katana, Involuntary Employment. I like that card. The Diregraph Ghoul is pretty decent. We have no Mythic to speak of, but over that I might pick the Healer Hawk. It's a turn 1 play if you got it in your hand. I guess second might be the Involuntary Employment. I've won games with that card. I mean, it's just super flexible. I had a sacrifice deck that I drafted a while back, and I captured the creature, attacked with it, and then obviously you sack it at the end of it all, and you get a treasure token from it. Hungry Ghoul's decent, but I like these two, and I guess if I were to pick, this is more requires you to be I don't know that it requires you to be in an archetype, right? I mean, you can just steal somebody's stuff at the end of a game and win too. Or take a blocker, whatever you know, options you use. Healer's Hawk isn't as strong, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I would take involuntary employment, but it's a tough call. Healer's Hawk or the involuntary. I like this card too, though. Like being able to. This kind of reminds me of Nantuko Husk, one of the first crazy cards I encountered when I first started playing Magic. There was an aristocrat style deck, and you just sack all the things, and there's this creature, like I think it was a Zulaport Cutthroat, and it would just drain life out of your opponent for every creature that was sacked or something. Every time a creature died, I think it pinged your opponent, and you would eat it or something like that. Anyway, this reminds me of that, but you got to pay mana for this one. Nantuko, I think you can just eat and eat. And Nantuko Husk gets bigger and bigger for every creature it eats, which is kind of cool. It's like this insect. Anyway, let's open another pack. So we got 4 more packs to open. Alright, so we got a Runescarred Demon. I think this is a classic Magic card if I remember correctly, because I think when I first started playing it, it was one of the iconic characters like Sarah Angel and Shivan Dragon, and I think Runescarred Demon was one of the things you would play against in the Magic like 2014 or 2013 Steam games. But Incinerating Blast is another option. Again, that Human Cleric is pretty awesome. It might be more playable. 7 mana. It's definitely a bomb. When this creature enters, search your library for a card. Put that card into your hand, then shuffle. So it's a tutor. Yeah, I think I would. I wouldn't mind picking the Runescarred Demon, but it does commit you pretty heavy to black. But I mean, if pack 1, pick 1, you don't have to be in black to. I think all by itself, it seems pretty good if you can get to 7 mana. I mean, obviously, it takes some work to get there. Otherwise, 5 mana for 6 damage, and then you get to loot. I mean, that seems decent too. I'd rather have the body, I guess, so it'd be between this two, and I think the demon might be the one I would pick as my finisher, I guess. Lots of good stuff in here. We saw this creature do some work in that last match. Man, like it held back my attack forever. It's what caused me to lose, I think. Well, I mean that, and I kind of got ran out of cards, but yeah, I think this was that was a good creature too. And who knows, it kills the demon, so maybe that's actually the pick you do, right? Ooh, Dwynn, the Gilt-Leaf Dane. And the Abyssal Harvester. Exile a target creature card from a graveyard that was put there this turn. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a nightmare in addition to its other types. Then exile all other nightmare tokens you control. Yeah, that seems pretty good. This is the elf. Like it's a decent card, but then you also got it. Like if you have elves, I guess it's makes all your elves better. I mean, it seems decent. Whenever Dwynn attacks, you gain 1 life for each attacking elf you control. So yeah, I guess if you could, it's a kind of a build around, but it seems like it's a good card all on its own. A 4 mana 3/4 with reach, so it can stop those angels, the 2/3s, the 3/3s. Yeah, this is a good card. I'd almost probably pick it over the Abyssal Harvester. I don't know if this creature doesn't seem to have flying, which means so it's like usually demons seem to have flying, but this one doesn't. I don't know, maybe I've never played with it, so I haven't seen its ability in action, but Otherwise, Think Twice is decent, but I think I would probably first pick the Dwynen. It's just me, but it would also like eat the demon, so. Alright, 2 more packs left. Ooh, this seems like a good card. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on this creature, this ability triggers only once. You draw a card when you do put a +1 counter on it. Oh, this is. I don't think I'd look at any other card in this pack. As a pick 1, like this card seems amazing. This is okay. I mean, this is okay removal deck, but I think this card is the card I would pick like right now. And then, like if you get the life gain deck, this is gonna draw you cards and all that stuff and get you card advantage. So that's very nice. This card got us pretty hard. I don't know that I would first pick it though, but it's pretty it's pretty nasty. It's like taking a double mulligan, right? So I mean, at least you get to pick, but man, if I had done the wrong thing, they ate up my graveyard too. I mean, that was a nasty move. But I think once they made the mistake, we got ahead, but this is the pick. I don't think I... And our final pack. Overrun, that's a good effect. Oh, but this is the card. Whenever this creature attacks, target instant or... whenever this creature attacks, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until the end of the turn. So if you've got anything sitting in there, you can, you know, card draw, whatever. The flashback cost is equal to that card's mana cost. And it says in your graveyard. Yeah, so it has to be something you control. But I mean, if you got removal or something else that you want to bring back, that seems really good. So it'd work with a blue-black, blue-red. Like, blue's removal isn't really in the form of instants that I'm aware of, unless it's like a bounce spell, maybe. Even that could be useful, so I like this card. Overrun is crazy, and I think you need to be mono green, or at least really heavily committed to green. Burst Lightning's okay. The first pick, would be my pick, and I'd try to get into blue, I guess, or at least hope blue is open so I could play it. This is decent removal too. And then later in the game you can cast it for more and kill something. So yeah, this is nice removal, and if you're in a sacrifice deck, you got something to work with. This card is nice too. Again, I don't think I would first pick it, but I would definitely first pick this one because this seems really good, and you kind of build an archetype around it, I suppose. All right. I think that'll be the end of the video. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I don't know how many Magic videos I'll do. It's not my main game that I play. Obviously, I'm a Dungeons & Dragons online player. Magic is just kind of a secondary thing that I do from time to time. Although this account is years old, so that's why my vault is the way it is. Might build some standard decks and play those if I net deck something and see how we do. But I would like to thank you all for watching, and if you have any comments on my pack 1 pick 1s, I'd be happy to hear your advice, because again, I'm not the best player, but I do have some experience, but I would like to learn more. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.